I had to make this in two parts because I got a little long-winded. So I'm going to start back at where we left off. Although Esther was the queen and shared some of the king's power and wealth, she still needed God's protection and wisdom. No one is secure in his or her own strength in any political system. It is foolish to believe that wealth or position can make us impervious to danger. Deliverance and safety comes only from God. God is not specifically mentioned in the book of Esther, as we mentioned, but it's obvious that Mordecai expected a divine deliverance. While the book of Esther does not mention God by name or title, his presence fills the pages. Esther and Mordecai believed in God's care, and because they acted at the right time, God used them to save his people. When you face challenges in life, seek to know what God wants you to do, and then do it, confident that he will do his part. You don't know ahead of time how he will accomplish his will. Trust God and prepare to be surprised by the ways he demonstrates his trustworthiness. By calling for a fast, Esther was asking the Jews to pray for God's help on her dangerous mission. In the Old Testament, prayer always accompanies fasting. An important function of a community of believers is mutual support in difficult times. When you are experiencing struggles, turn to fellow believers for support by stating your trials with them and gaining strength from the bond that unifies you. Ask them to pray for you, and when others need your support, give it willingly. And that's what we call our prayer warriors. When we need help and we reach out and we share with people what we need, and we have peace and comfort in knowing that we were all praying together, and God does answer prayer, maybe not in our time, but in his time. Save your own skin and watch out for number one are mottos that reflect our world's selfish outlook on life. Esther's attitude stands in bold contrast to this. She knew what she had to do, and she knew it could cost her her life, and yet she responded, "If I perish, I perish." We should have the same commitment to do what is right despite the possible consequences. Do you try to save yourself by remaining silent rather than standing up for what is right? Decide to do what God wants and trust him for the outcome. God was in control, yet Mordecai and Esther had to act. We cannot understand how both can be true at the same time, and yet they are. God chooses to work through those willing to act for him. We should pray as if all depended on God, and act as if all depended on us.